It's the latest and the most incisive blow to the Donald Trump administration, and it comes from America's second largest news publication. In a scathing column on the New York Times, an unnamed and senior official of the Trump administration has sounded an alarm on President Trump's quote-unquote immorality and reckless decision-making. The anonymous writer claimed to be part of the resistance movement, as they call themselves, against Donald Trump, meaning a group of White House insiders who are trying to bring the president down. That's the resistance movement. President Trump has called this article gutless.
They don't like Donald Trump, and I don't like them because they're very dishonest people. Remember this also about the New York Times. When I won, they were forced to apologize to their subscribers. They wrote a letter of apology. It was the first time anybody's ever done it because they covered the election incorrectly. So if the failing New York Times has an anonymous editorial, can you believe it? Anonymous, meaning gutless, a gutless editorial. We're doing a great job. The poll numbers are through the roof. Our poll numbers are great. And guess what? Nobody is going to come close to beating me in 2020 because of what we've done. We've done more than anybody ever thought possible it's not even 2 years. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
He's the only one saying it at the moment. The article titled, "I am part of the resistance inside the Trump administration," sought to assure Americans that White House officials are, quote-unquote, working diligently from within to frustrate parts of Trump's agenda and his worst inclinations. This editorial questioned the president's morality. It criticized his leadership, his style, his comments and actions. The article has prompted a frenzied search for the author, mostly on Twitter. Trump called for the source to be revealed in tweets, with one asking starkly, "Treason?" ? This tweet was followed by another one. Trump said, and I'm quoting again, "If the gutless anonymous person does indeed exist, the Times must, for national security purposes, turn him or her over to the government at once," unquote. Now, here's something we need to understand. The New York Times' relationship with President Donald Trump has been a long and complicated one. Right from the get-go of his presidency, the publication has broken one story after the other about his shambolic administration that has led to tit-for-tat attacks from the president. He has repeatedly claimed that the NYT's readership is so low that it has become irrelevant. But the truth is, every time they break an anti-Trump story, the New York Times' readership witnesses a resurgence. It was the first to disclose how former FBI Director James Comey came clear on how Trump pressurized him in the Russia probe. In fact, President Trump gave an interview to 3 New York Times reporters in July last year. A long, rambling one that ended up as a fiasco. In April this year, Trump attacked the New York Times for stories about his personal lawyer, Michael Cohen. 3 months later, Cohen agreed to pleading guilty to 8 federal charges. Last month, the publisher of the New York Times, A.G. Sulzberger, hit out publicly against Donald Trump for his flagrant anti-media rhetoric and attempts to delegitimize the press. The war goes on. We'll track that story for you.